you can't undo what's done.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the message that I want to give to young ladies. It's not just about being pregnant or young men. It's like, hey, like, yes, God covers sin and he loves us and releases us and deals with us and all of that. But there's something that happens. There are consequences and it matters. And some of the consequences are really yummy and like really good, because I don't think consequences just have to be bad. I know it has a negative connotation, but I think there are like some bad things that actually be like, wow, all right, God, you really did your big one. Like, I can see how you be doing the things. It's like how we put like the diamond on the black backdrop. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I got to see,
yeah.
oh, now I can see this thing because it's against something that's really sad, right? But then there's these other moments where I'm like, okay, this is something that we could have completely avoided.
Yep.
It's giving no, like, let's not do that again.
That's so good. Boy, you kicking, you dropping gems like, I'm trying to catch them things, like catching them. But nah, I think you right, because yeah, it's like beauty for ashes. It's like, oh, there's some ashes, but look, there's beauty in this.
Yeah.
Like in something amazing grew out of this, and we don't overlook that as well. So I agree with you. Like I've gone through some traumatic times from making some terrible decisions, but I wouldn't be the person that I am either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm way more empathetic, caring, and I'm like, yeah, that muscle wouldn't been developed if I didn't. Not saying I should have made those choices, just saying, had I not, you know.
I was judgy.
Yeah. Come on.
I was so judgy.
Yep.
And if I'm honest, I feel like I was still judgy after I had the baby. It wasn't until, like, the Lord had to do a lot in me.
I only had one. Tanika got 6 kids.
You know? No, because even when you were saying, like, sorry, this is too much. But even when you were saying, like, oh, like, the rumor about me when people found out I was pregnant is that, oh, she's sleeping around. In my mind, I'm like, that was my first. There's still this self-righteousness. There's still this pride in me that's like, I wasn't sleeping around. I ain't been sleeping around. I wasn't sleeping around. I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
And it's like, girl, what does it matter? Like, sin is sin. Wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
And why are you trying to be just higher on the totem pole of sin?
Goodness gracious.
You know what I mean? And so that to me, ooh, and I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I feel like, to me, the sin was not, now it wasn't having sex before marriage. The sin is pride. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still trying to be holy without Jesus. And and it's impossible.
Yeah.
And so to me, all of this stuff just leads me back, and I'm like, okay, but for the grace of God.
You anyway, I'm not gonna say anyway. I love it. That's it. Okay. I love it. So worship, singing, go in the studio with mom and dad from time to time. Obviously you recovered, God covers you, you know, through the pregnancy, having your daughter. How does the music component get going? Like, all of a sudden, like, this Maverick City world comes to be, like, walk me through that. Like, how do you go from here to there?
I think the Lord used all of that pain to give me some fuel for songwriting. I spent a lot of years in my prayer closet with the Lord, writing. And to me, I feel like you got to be a good steward over whatever you have, and trying to entrust them to rooms full of 20 people. I ended up leaving that church, and we were in a small church, and I was writing songs, and I'm leading those songs I was writing in a room full of 20 people. And the Lord had told me to do that. He said, I can't trust you. There's a whole thing. I got a prophetic word from the Lord. I was at a Jesus Culture conference, and the Lord says, I'm calling you to stadiums and arenas and all of that. And so I was like you just saying that, girl, because you in here, like. And the Lord was like, no, like, I'm telling you, like, this is what I'm doing. And so there was another time later where he was like, you can't be trusted with arenas if you can't be trusted with these 20 people.
Oof.
And so I was like, okay, because who wants to like sing your little, like, no, I want this song to be a hit or something, you know? But I tried to be faithful with that. I was faithful with the music. People started inviting me to go places and sing, like the little musicals and the little like worship nights.
Yeah.
And so I would bring my guitar. I would sing. I had a song called Pour Me Out. And that song, Todd Delaney ended up recording it. He covered that song and had me come up. And that really set me in a position to be seen as a young Black worship leader person. And so one day I was, it's such a long story and I'm not going to give you the whole thing. I want to.
Give me, give me some pieces of it.
All right. I ended up getting Lyme disease. And
that's not okay.
Okay.
How you gonna skip her?
Honestly, I don't know. I didn't get bitten by a tick. Where's the tick? It's giving Jonah. Like, Lord, did you put me in this way? Anyway, it was a lot. I ended up getting Lyme disease, so I had to sit down and couldn't do anything. And this is when I just like started getting back up and doing stuff. Like I had my last son, and I was feeling back to myself, and then I get Lyme disease, daggone it. And so I'm stuck in the bed, and the Lord really takes me on this whole journey about rest, teaches me about rest. I'm like, this is not rest, Lord, because I'm sick. And he's like, no, you need to learn how to rest. I need to teach you that rest is not physical, it's spiritual. Go through that. And then at the end of this like moment, he's like, okay, you can start to like travel now. And so I'm like, okay. So I'm scrolling on Facebook and I see a post that Bethel Music is doing a worship thing with Black worship leaders. And I was like, that is so cool. They were doing their first ever Black History Month thing. So that's so cool because, that's not common for them. And so I hit the guy up and I'm like, yo, this is so cool. I said, but I see there's only guys. You should have a girl. What about KCJ? And he's like, what about you? And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh no. And he's like, yeah, like, will you come? And I was like, and I just heard the Lord say, yes, say yes. So I'm like, yes. I go out there to do this all Black worship leader set at Bethel. And that's where I first met Chandler. I had met Dante before. I met Tony, who was a founder, JJ, who's a founder. And that's where we did the first recording, volume 1. It literally just happened.
That's crazy. So y'all was kind of like the Avengers in a sense. Like y'all just is like, y'all been fighting crime over here. Oh, I've been fighting crime over here. Y'all want to fight crime together? It's just like,
pretty much.
Just the good part about that is you get like the most amazing talent all in one room. What's a good word I can say for this? The potential problem with something like that is y'all have not established a sense of community with each other, and now it's kind of like y'all are random people just like, hey, it's like, oh, I don't really. So how
and some of us had already previous community.
That part as well. So now, it's like, hey, I'm already here. To me, if it was me, because I'm just gonna talk about a lesser sanctified version of myself. Okay. There would probably be a little ego wrestle in there. There would probably be a little.
No.
Just me. It's not you.
Never.
Not you. Just me. Maybe a little ego wrestle in there. Maybe a little, I don't really even like you, but I got to do this with you every night in there. A lot of like components but yet we have to be here. And it's funny because I'm a human. I know, I know the human aspect of stuff. But when I think of like, I don't know, fans who say stuff like, I want the old Maverick City back. It was so pure.
I'm like, me too, child. But no. I'm like, no. But yes, but no. It's like everything you said. Okay, but can I say this though?
Yes.
We actually did develop a community.
Okay.
Now, I will go on record as saying that everybody says that I'm naive, but I actually think I was sober during this time and I was able to see things, and I'm the oldest thing in that thing.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So, not to like, toot my own horn, mature. No, I think we did build a community because we wrote those songs together.
Okay.
And so we started out in those writing camps. There was something special that happened. We really did have a connection, but it's giving work friends. You know what I mean? And then you go back home because most of us didn't live in the same city.
Gotcha.
There were a few of us that did. And I think that the people responded with what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're not the choice, that's very hard. And when you are the choice, that's very hard. And so you have to know how to handle that, how to navigate that. I think we all were very ambitious in thinking that we could get through all of that unscathed. And that, I grew up watching the Temptations movie. I grew up watching the Jackson 5 American Dream and the 5 Heartbeats, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I lived these movies. These movies I end up living
Where's
out.
Eddie?
Okay?
Dream Girls.
Okay? Literally. Like, this is the stuff you see and you realize, this is just a human thing. And I think that a lot of these folks that we were singing with were young, and I think it was a little bit too much too fast. And I think that there were some people that did not cover us.
Yeah.
And help us. And I think that some people didn't want to be covered.
Yeah.
And
that's
so
fair.
how can you, you were there, you were with us on our very first tour.
Yeah.
That was the best of times.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
It was the worst of times. People struggled. It's hard when there are maybe 15 songs in a night and you maybe only sing one, or maybe your song gets cut, or that stuff is just hard for people who want to sing. They want to do what they've been put here to do or what they've been asked here to do,
Yeah, I think it's also tough when there's not a I don't know, like there's not a collective mission in a sense. Like it's kind of like, we just want to worship God, but it's like, but whose role is what? Like how? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know we all want to serve the Lord, but there's not like a collective. It's kind of like when to me, I look at it like football. Y'all was a football team, but y'all was acting like a basketball team. So a football team is like, hey, we just need you to kick, my brother. Just kick. That's you're the punter.
Okay.
But basketball teams, everybody gonna touch the ball and everybody's gonna shoot. And everybody's gonna dribble. Some people dribble less than others. Some people, but I think some, y'all are a football team, and if there's not a like, hey, this is the goal right here. Well, I'm sure everybody has different goals. So maybe one person's goal is, man, I want to see a stadium filled with worshipers. Another person's goal may be, I want us to just be a family behind the scenes. Another person's goal may be, I want to go platinum. Another person, it's like, how do we ball all that up? And I don't know. I'm not in it, so I don't know how that works.
What's crazy is we never really talked about it either. That was nothing that we ever really talked about. I think what we talked about was what song we were loving right now. That I'm telling you, like, we really, our conversations outside of maybe clothes and fashion was, hey, this is what this new song is, or maybe we should do this. And maybe, it was literally, how do we build this to because we love the music. It literally was music. We would spend days writing songs. Like, that's what the conversation was. And so, yes, I think there were these personal missions that were going on. I was the one like, everybody, let's just be family. Let's just worship Jesus and be a family. God, okay, cut it out. No, don't do that. That's how I was. And then some people just wanted to feel important because they just felt like they weren't seen, or they weren't heard. Some people felt like, no, this should be our mission. We kind of got pulled into a social justice thing that I think we all agreed with, but we didn't
To what
plan
degree?
that.
Yeah.
It's like we started because I said this on another podcast, like there was the singers and then there was this element of the executives and the people behind it. And to me, I'm like, that's Maverick City music. That's the people behind it. Yeah, it's like the Avengers movie is not named Iron Man and the Avengers, you know, like Iron Man, Black Widow. There's somebody else, Doctor Strange. But then when it's the Avengers, it's the Avengers, and I think that that's a whole different thing. And so it's like the most. I'm like I know I'm like I'm here to talk, right? But also I don't even know fully what to say sometimes because it's just so.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. No. From outside looking in, just telling you my perspective, I was like, yo, this is kind of crazy that they just came out. They just did this church, and now they're in a stadium. Like that's lightning speed for an artist in general, let alone an artist who's trying to follow Jesus. Like what, how do you even I don't know how you was processing it. Well, you was a more mature person, so you was probably.
Yeah, but also I'm an avoidant person, so I don't even think I could process until it was over. So a lot of my processing came, because I tell you, hello, you pregnant, you got to have this baby, you're going to be a mother,
That's right.
You're going to raise this child, you're going to do right, you're going to that was my scope. And so I'm like, what? You're in a crazy world and you're doing things, you're going to do it, and you're going to love the Lord, you're going to do right, don't sin against nobody, try to watch your mouth, shut up, do speak up, you know, like you're going to make the interview, you're going to do whatever and do what you have to do, try to honor the Lord. And then when you get home, you'll deal with it. And I got home, I dealt with it.
Sheesh.
Went through a lot. There was so much. And then you got to remember too, at the same time, people from both sides in the industry did not like us because of it. And so there was no real safe space. The gospel industry saying we were taking over gospel music and making it something that it's not, and it was wrong, and we shouldn't do that. Some of these people that would speak to us individually and be like, I love you, but I hate what you're doing. Wild behind our backs. And then in the CCM side, it was the same thing. It was, they're taking up the space, the profit shares, and we're hearing about it was money. It was what? We're just trying to say, you know what I mean? And so it was like there was no real space for us to be. For me, I'm like, I'm in my bunk at night and I'm like, Jesus, please. Like, Jesus, I'm doing this for you. Like, that's it. And literally, I mean, I was talking to Shan about that the other day. He's like, anything I do, I'm doing for God. At this point, it's like, you can't, what do you do?
Yeah.
It's for him. And so if this is what I got to face, this is what I got to face. And we're going to face it. And if we're facing it together, we're going to face it together. If you don't want to face it no more, you want to leave, you don't want to face it together, then you face it on your own. I'm going to face it on my own. We're going to keep working for Jesus.
Right.
What else are we going to do?